You're looking at here is our bags before they are sealed. So we have a whole bunch of blend here for a very special client, Margie's Market. And over here is one of our bag sealers. And here is our lovely CFO writing the batch number and the date that the coffee was roasted on the bags. We use a scale here that's been zeroed out for the weight of the bag, right, hon?
Yes.
And so that's why it's showing a minus 0.723. Anyway, and then once the bags get filled, we put a sticker. It's something new we're doing. We put a sticker on the bags that have whole bean coffee. As we're going through the freshly roasted coffee, sometimes we find beans that we consider to be blemishes or to have blemishes or to be overcooked or tipped, as they say, right? Tipping. Mm-hmm. And so she goes through and I go through, we pick through the beans and we pick out the ones that have tipping or they're overcooked. So like you'll see these bags here, there's nothing on the label, and these bags here have a coffee bean. So that's our newest way to show what coffee is whole bean and what coffee is ground. So over here is our coffee roaster. This is an Artisan 6M by Coffee Crafters. It's an airbed coffee roaster. So it makes coffee that is extremely low acid, and it's got all the flavor of coffee, but none of the acidic aftertaste that your traditional coffee has. But we do have a traditional roaster for those who would like that coffee that has all that, I guess you could say, packs all that punch. We've got this one here. Of course, this is an old Saba. I don't know what year it was made. And there's the Cyclone for it. And then this is some fresh green beans here. There's our I-Fill cup system that we use to make K-cups. This is a de-stoner. So when we get a large batch of coffee, before the coffee goes in the bags, it goes through this machine here. And what it does is you put the coffee in the hopper, and the coffee goes through an air blade right there, and pulls the coffee across the gap. But if there's stones in the coffee, it drops the stones into this basket below. And then we get the stones out of the coffee, that way they don't get into a appliance grinder or anything like that. So, yeah, and this is our 3-compartment sink. We got a bunch of dishes we're washing. Trash can, not glamorous. We get coffee from several different sources. These green boxes are Genuine Origin, and they are really great coffee cooperative. They got really great customer service, and they can usually get coffee to you really fast. And then we also get some coffee from, this one's a specialty coffee here, and you don't see this, you probably won't find this in many places, but it's called the Indian Monsoon Malabar. I'll get you real close to that. This coffee is, it really packs a wallop on flavor, and the beans are bigger than the other coffee beans that you see. Like, I'll give you an example. Right here, this is some Mexican coffee that is, if you notice, the beans are much smaller and they're kind of green in color. When you get up next to this Monsoon Malabar, you can sort of see a difference in size. The Malabar is a much bigger bean, and it's like yellow. So anyway, and this coffee, we roast this coffee up dark. That tends to be our customer's favorite, the Malabar Dark. We also carry Colombian Organic from Genuine Origin. Shout out to Genuine Origin again. This is a really good coffee, and we do this in a variety of roast levels. This coffee here, the yellow bag, this I'm going to give a shout out to a friend of mine. So my day job is I'm a power grid operator, and so I met a friend who's an engineer, and he came from Uganda, actually, and he came over to the States and became an electrical engineer. But his mother still grows coffee in Uganda. So that's what this is. This is Ugandan coffee grown by my friend Moses' mother over in Uganda. And so shout out to Moses and your mom. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for growing such good coffee. And then there's another coffee company in town called Leyva's Coffee. And they literally grow some of the absolute best Guatemalan coffee you've ever seen. So that's where our Guatemalan comes from. We move over here. These are our containers that we put the coffee in when it's done. And we'll put a date on it. We let the coffee degas for 24 hours before we package it up and send it. So that's a medium airbed coffee here, Guatemalan. And you can see we've got some Ethiopian Yirgacheffe roasted up right there. Some Colombian light roast. Some Ethiopian blonde roast, and some Mexican chiapas right there. Anyway, back to the action. So she is literally going through the beans right now and filling these bags up. And these are headed out to Margie's Market in Bald Knob, Arkansas. So if you guys have any, oh, I see, okay, I apologize. I just realized there's a comment down here. Yes, that's unroasted coffee. The stuff that you were looking at just now, you'll have to forgive me. I have not gone live before on YouTube for this channel, so it takes a while for me to get used to seeing where the comments are coming in. But yes, that is unroasted coffee. Let's see here if I can, yeah, I'm trying to find the button so I can see their comments. Oh, we don't want green screen on. Apologize for that, did not mean to turn that on. Yeah, we'll turn that off. There we go. All right, so, see if I can get down here. Okay, coffee, yes. Okay, I can see your comments now. So yes, so this is my wife, and her name is Donna. I'm Josh. We own Monderosa Coffee Company, and right now we are bagging up an order. So this is freshly roasted coffee. She's going through it right now, looking for Quakers, which is basically a bean that didn't develop in roasting. It looks kind of like, well, you see all the different colors on these beans right here. Some of these look burnt. These are all beans that we picked out that we're not going to put in a customer's bag. Like that one there, you can see that one right there in the center. Really dark. Nobody wants to taste that. That's really burnt. Then over here, here's one that didn't roast up fully. You can see it's very light colored for the roast level, so it's a Quaker, so we pull it. And then there's another Quaker right there. You can see it's got the color on it's just not right. And some of these are just really deformed, or they're pitted, or they're tipped. The edge of them got a little too dark. So yes. And then this device that these other bags are sitting on, this is it's a conveyor belt style coffee bag sealer. So when we get ready to seal all these bags up, we'll fire this up and feed the coffee bags into this two belt system right here. And there's a heating element in the center that gets really hot, and that seals the top of these bags. These bags have a glue inside the upper part of the mouth there. So yeah. So this is the roasting room in all of its glory. So we have done product here, green coffee to be roasted. Of course, more green coffee sitting over on that dolly. I had 7 cups today, and I feel like I'm vibrating, but it's so good. Yeah, I shudder to tell you how many cups of coffee I've had today. It's a lot. I drink coffee and energy drinks on top of that, so yeah, probably not good. That's pretty funny. Oh, and this right here, this is Ethiopian Yirgacheffe. Now, some people say that you're supposed to say Yirgacheffe, but I don't know if that's right or not. But Yirgacheffe. Eventually, we'll figure this live stream stuff out, and we'll get it where I know what I'm doing with this camera. Probably need a tripod. So if you're looking at these cans on the floor, they look like trash cans, but they actually hold coffee. So when we're roasting a big bulk batch, these are food grade cans, and they hold roasted coffee. So yeah, pretty cool if I do say so myself. We didn't know that. That's one of the things we learned when we got into this, is that I had seen these in other coffee roasters. They looked like they had trash cans sitting on the floor full of coffee, and I was like, how do you get away with dumping all the fresh roasted coffee in a trash can? Well, there's a designation on the bottom of the can that makes it food safe. So, and for anybody who just joined, I went over this earlier, but this is our airbed roaster. This is what makes Monderosa coffee stand out amongst other coffees. It doesn't use a flame. So this is a traditional roaster right here, and you can see there's gas or propane, and there's a burner under here and a rotating drum. And it says your website is on your page. Always willing to try something new. Yes, it should be listed on there. Our website is www.monderosa.com, monderosa.com. And yes, take a look at what's out there. And my actual direct email is out like out there. We have all of our countries of origin out there on the website. But if you don't see something you like, let me know. Our goal is to do coffee. It's roasted when you order it. So it's not like what you see at the store where you walk in and you don't know how old that coffee is, how long it's been sitting there. When you place your order, within 24 hours after you place it, we're in this very room right here, picking your green coffee, weighing your green coffee. So we go over here, and we've got a scale, and we basically go in and we'll fill this up with however much we need, because there's always burn off when you roast coffee. You lose coffee out the smokestack. And so we put more than what you ask for, and we'll weigh it out, and then we'll take it over here. We'll put it either on the airbed roaster or the traditional roaster, depending on what you want. But I never got through the explanation. Traditional roast just uses a burner. You see, this looks like a ceramic, like you'd see in a heater in a big warehouse. And it shoots flames onto this drum, and this drum rotates. And the coffee, we can see the coffee through a sight glass here. And then, of course, you can kind of see up inside the roaster, there's the paddles that stir it. When it's done, it comes out here and gets cooled. And then we let it degas for 24 hours. So, and then if you want the airbed, which is what we sell the most of, this uses a forced heated air chamber here to push hot air into the cone here. The coffee sits inside this big giant hopper and rotates on a bed of hot air, and it cooks it that way. And then the chaff from the coffee, which I don't know if I have any of that here to show you, it's vacuumed up through this pipe right here. And it settles in a chaff bag down in here, so that your coffee gets rid of the bitter taste in your coffee. Do we have any chaff in here, hon?
No, I got emptied it.
You did empty it, yeah. But you can see it's been catching chaff for a long time. I'll reinstall this real quick. And then that fan right there is what evacuates all the chaff off the coffee. So yeah. Well, I appreciate y'all that did log in. I think, let's see if I'm reading this right. Troll Hunter and Puffermation Coffee. Puffermation, that's your name. Okay. I don't do a lot of streaming, you can tell. So anyway, these are our grinders. These are our grinders over here. And so we have two that we use for pure coffee. I say pure coffee. It's coffee that doesn't have any flavorings added to it. So no flavor oils. And then this one is the one we use for coffee that's had flavor oils added to it. And you say, well, what's a flavor oil? Well, if you go in Walmart or Kroger and you get a bag of coffee and it says toffee nut, well, there's no coffee really that grows on a coffee tree that tastes like toffee nut. So we add these flavor oils, and that's what's added. So this one here, this is bourbon. If someone wants a coffee that tastes like bourbon. This one is peppermint. So we can add, I don't know why you'd want a peppermint bourbon, but you could. This one's cinnamon. It's very strong. This one's French vanilla. And we've got Winter Wonderland. We haven't tried that one yet. Don't know what it's got, but eggnog, for those who really like the holiday flavors. And then we've got butter toffee. So like someone who likes butter toffee coffee. If you see a bag of coffee in the store that says butter toffee, it's not really butter toffee beans. It's just regular coffee beans that had butter toffee oil added to it. Mocha's pretty popular. And then we've got like blueberries and cream. We've tried that one. It's actually pretty good. I like it. My wife doesn't. Pumpkin pie. And what else we got down here? Of course, you can't go wrong with hazelnut. A lot of folks love hazelnut coffee. But yeah, that's how you get flavored coffees whenever you're in the store. They add those oils, and this company here is pretty reputable. They do a really good job. We did try an experiment recently where we put actual real cocoa nibs in the coffee. So that's why this is sitting here. And this is just pure cocoa nibs. There's nothing else in there. We put some of that in the coffee. It made the coffee really strong. And of course, here's a finished bag of our Brazil. Oh, my name's Daryl. Okay, have you gotten another sub? Oh, I have got another sub. Thanks, Daryl. Well, I appreciate that. Sometimes I wonder if people just want me to shut up and move the camera around. Well, thank you. Nice to meet you, Daryl. What state are you from? Or maybe you don't want to say that on YouTube. Oh, I forgot to show you guys this. This is our K-Cup maker. And incidentally, the same company that made this machine, American-made company, made in America, is the same company that made that coffee roaster over there. North Carolina. Well, hello. We're in Arkansas. Nice to meet you. Yeah, North Carolina is a beautiful state. Wife and I got to go to South Carolina. Where did we go? Charleston? Myrtle Beach. And we went and toured that aircraft carrier down there, the Yorktown. Was it Yorktown?
Yes.
I think. I don't know. I got to get better on my geography there. But yeah, we love that part of the country. It's really pretty. But this is our K-Cup. You'll see these are out on our website too. This is a sample that we made. But this is Brazil House Blend. We don't really have the fancy tops, so they're just plain white. But we put our coffee in these. This is the I-fill cup I showed you earlier. And what's neat about these is when you get a K-Cup from the grocery store, a lot of times, if you hold it up to the light, the filter bag inside the K-Cup only is about right where my finger is. And these, the filter bag goes all the way to the bottom, so you get twice as much caffeination from one K-Cup. So yeah, they taste good too. But this, you put freshly ground coffee in the hopper, and then you move this over to this side, and you put 4 of the I-fill cups in there at a time. I'll do another live video at some point in the near future showing how we make K-Cups. And then you move it underneath here, and line the arrow up with the K-Cup, and then pull this here, and it doses 1 K-Cup. And then you move it to the arrow lines up with the second one. You pull this 1 K-Cup, and you do that 4 times. You bring this over here, you grab this handle, and you press, and there's a glue ring inside this lid. I don't know if you can see that glue ring right there. There's a glue ring, it presses it tight. This is a sample we made of Guatemalan medium roast. So yeah, cool. Well, thank you for coming in to the live here. Like I said, this is the first time doing this. Let's see, exactly right. I used to buy those pods. I appreciate y'all giving people what they pay for. Amen to that. Yeah, we were looking for a product where a customer was going to get a full cup of caffeine, and so we settled on the I-fill cup. We've had good reviews so far from them. And of course, there's our test Keurig down there. I'm going to log off here and go help the wife finish up this batch of coffee. I'm going to get in trouble. Actually, she's the boss here. I'm the employee. So I'm going to help her get this order finished. Once we get a good tripod in here, I'll set that up and we'll go live again. And I'll show you the whole process start to finish of us taking green coffee, roasting it, and then putting it in the bucket for degas. And then I'll show another splice where we come into a batch that's already done and show you a weigh and fill, and then show you a seal and or a grind. And then we'll do another live where we make some K-Cups. All right, hey, see you soon. Very nice to meet you, Daryl. Thank you for tuning in and sticking with me for the whole thing. Man, you rock. I wish I could shake your hand. But y'all have a really blessed afternoon, and I'm going to get to work. We'll be back soon.